to introduce our next guest speaker, Astra Türk. So shortly about Astra, Astra was studying in the Cerebrum hub just when we started. So she was part of our very first tribe. And she's now our alumni, and she's now working in Kuehne+Nagel. Kuehne+Nagel is one of the leading logistics companies in Europe. I understand that Astra has gone through this huge challenge of changing the career after 16 years of working in other industry. So, Astra, hello.
Hi, I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good.
So, tell us shortly who you are and what you were doing before you decided to move into IT. What is your background and experience?
Okay, this shift will be the exact like where Mehis ended, because I was working in Ministry of Justice for altogether like almost 16 years. And during my last years there, I started to feel a bit like anxious and stressed out. Like, will this be my will this be the thing that I do until my retirement? And I felt like, no, I don't want to. And I didn't see the growth possibilities inside ministry. I was working as a finance specialist at the end for like, I don't know, like past, like, let's say like 7-8 years. So I was doing the same thing every day. And I kind of felt like, no, I see that there's more potential in me. So life gave me this opportunity that I was pregnant with my 4th child, and this was like the perfect moment for me to figure out what I would like to do, because I had my mindset that this 4th will be definitely my last one, so I will stay at home for 3 years. And then when she was about 1 year old, so it was like 2021, I started to think more thoroughly like what I want to do. And I don't know, I can't explain actually why it was like IT. Maybe because one of the last projects I worked in ministry was like introducing this Microsoft tool Power BI into our budget, like how to display our budget. And I was working closely with our chancellor, like Secretary General, how to say it in English, IT advisor. And he helped me, and also I worked with one project that now I know I was the customer side, like in the requirement phase. We had we were with other ministries asking for a new product from IT company, so I was working in that. So I had some kind of sense, and then because in the financial you have to have really eye on detail. I was thinking, as most of do, that there are only 2 types of works inside the IT, is development and testing. So I was like, no, I'm not the developer, so I must search for the tester side. And then Facebook algorithms, whoa, they found me and they started to shoot some like advertisements towards me. And then I found one course that I entered, I finished it, and it was November 2021. And then I was like, no, I'm not ready. I'm just not ready. I don't have the skill set. I cannot start searching for a new job. I didn't feel confident at that stage. And then I started to look for more options. And I found like 2 courses. One of them was Cerebrum Hub. And I was a bit afraid at first because you were the newcomers, But then I was thinking that newcomers have more motivation, the same like this junior talk that Mehis was. So you're like more into that you want to really give your product everything you have. So, and also like talking to you, then I gained the trust that, yes, okay, I will do it. And as I was entering also the other course, and this other course had, it was customer support oriented. So I did like those courses first. So yeah, like what I was doing before, I was working in ministry, but I had let's say inner itch to do some kind of career change. And with the help of courses, I managed to do it at the end.
Okay. That's a really amazing experience what you just told us about. Basically, you were working in the government institution for 16 years, and you had four children, and at the same time, with the help of online courses, you managed now to work, find a new job. So tell us, was how hard it was really to find a job, your first job, and was it hard to enter the Küchenagel? Can you share a little bit more what helped maybe you to achieve
I
that?
can share in that sense that for me, when I think back to the process, I can see that stars were aligned. They were on like really like supporting me, if I can say it like that, because the other course I took part, it had this requirement to fulfill traineeship somewhere. So we had to find company on our own. So they didn't provide the traineeship. They just said that you have to do it somewhere, because the other course lasted about 9 months. So it was the time gap was quite big. So I was like, okay, I will try. I sent my CV to Kühne-Nagel IT Center, and I got a call, and we had interview in Zoom, and I was successfully hired, to the traineeship, let's say. But it was my inner want that this is my opportunity to prove myself. So I will do everything I can during those 3 months that I was doing this traineeship. I will try to learn as much as I can. I will try to prove myself, show the best I can be, so that they would want to hire me. And in July 2022, they had gave me the what is the word? Not apply. Hire. They provided me would I want to join them in real, with a real contract. So in that sense, it wasn't hard for me to find a job, but it still took a lot of let's say courage and motivation, and presenting myself, because otherwise they wouldn't want to hire me. So I had to prove myself still. And then what I heard from my other course mates was that actually it is hard to find. It is hard to find even the place that would hire, not hire, but even take you as a trainee without payment. So I got lucky, and I'm really extremely thankful for it. And I have also said it to them that I was really thankful for the opportunity. Yeah.
Great. So basically, we're following the advice what Mehis just presented, is that you understood what is the right company for you whenever you like the attitude and the mindset, and then you used your curiosity and demonstrated your mindset and willingness to go and to work and to change. And it basically, if I understood you correctly, helped you to succeed.
Definitely.
At least so far. I really see the same story in many of our alumni who successfully found a job, that one of the main success recipes is this ability, first of all, for this internal motivation toward I will do, I will execute, I will be there, and then ability to express, to show this motivation and willingness. And it's very valuable for an employer, because we all like motivated people, they work well and they cooperate well. So that's cool to work together with motivated people. So Astra, can you please share a little bit, what were your main worries or fears when you were thinking about even starting this journey of, learning something like maybe software testing or whatever, and how you managed to overcome those worries?
Well, I think the main fears are the inner ones. Am I good enough? Is my skill set enough? Will they want me if I don't have a university degree? for me, it was also the language, because I know English, but as in IT, like you should still like consider, like IT is international, so it's English, even if you work in Estonia. And like for government, let's say probably in WiseCat, they talk to their customers in Estonian, but coding and all that stuff is still like English. So you use English vocabulary, and I didn't have it at first. But let's say that Cerebrum Hub like covered it for me because of the real projects that we did. We had to start using the language that IT uses. And how did I overcome them was probably still like, it is something I can just say like, but because of the inner fears, then it's my personality. I have I know that I have the skill set how to, how to search information, how to learn, how to ask when I don't understand. And I just trusted that in time I get better. And then from the like outer side, if I think about my position, then I still, well, not anymore, but for the first months, I had the question in my mind that do they understand who they really hired? Like, was I honest enough? Do they know that I don't no, actually, I don't have much knowledge. But I knew that they did because I didn't hide everything. I was honest in my application and in my Zoom interview in that sense. And also I have really, really nice team lead who is always like supporting, and he also encourages me to ask questions, whatever are they stupid or not, just ask, don't leave yourself like wondering. So there are like both ways, like those that you have this supporting, let's say, team who helps you overcome some fears, and then the inner work that you do. So you have the self-awareness, what are my weaknesses, and will I like let those weaknesses take over me, or will I like see them and start doing something towards, like if it's stopping me doing something that I actually really want. So yeah.
Great. That's really inspiring to hear that everybody has some kind of internal barriers, fears, and we all are human. We are basically all the same. We may have different personality and experience. If I remind my own experience, how I was looking for my first job when I finished the Tallinn Polytechnic School, they just recommended us to go door by door. Like physically, they recommended go to the office of the company and then knock and then tell, hey, I am from the Tallinn Polytechnic School. I would like to work here. Okay. And it worked. It worked. Like we were going from, that's the only way how they told us to do. And then we were going from one company to another and trying to present ourselves. And those who act, those win, yeah? The one who is doing nothing, it's hard to achieve something. So Astra, considering all your journey and all those challenges, what you experienced during your career transformation, what kind of maybe 3 most important things you would like to highlight for people on this webinar, what they need to keep in mind or focus on to achieve the same what you have achieved?
Well, first of all, is like as Mehi said, like get to know yourself. So I would not recommend to sell yourself to whatever company. It should be the other way around, that you fit the company, because it depends your motivation and your willingness to work there. So if you during the interview or whatever, also like looking through maybe job offerings, don't feel, or you feel that it doesn't feel right, then I feel you should definitely follow that feeling. Then one like really, really important thing is like whatever position you're taking off, you're thinking about, you never should stop learning. like always continue learn, whatever, like during IT, because it's really changing, and definitely the learning willingness to learn, like not to be in that sense ready. And what else? Well, yeah, one thing also, like Mehis said, I think I totally agree that that you must have inner, the inner willingness that you should never go to that IT sector because of the promised money, let's say. So you really shouldn't, because it doesn't motivate for long. You should do it because you want to do it. There should be some meaning, more like meaningful stuff behind it. Yeah. So also for me, I had the opportunity to return back to my previous job for higher salary that I currently have. And I decided otherwise because I knew that during like 4 months, I will be stuck at the same thing and like having those same questions. So I'm willing to, like improve myself learning. And because it's so interesting currently for me, then there's so much more that I gain, not only the money part. So just one thought, maybe.
Great.
Yeah.
I believe this is really valuable thing to remember when you're thinking about this kind of a journey, that motivation and understanding what you're doing and why you're doing, it all goes together with understanding of myself, who I am, what I want to achieve, and where I want to be in the future. And I really agree that for many people, it is important to feel this, have this sense of growth, that I will not be doing the same things until I die or until the retirement, but I want to feel grow, I want to learn, I want to do something new. So, guys, just short notice for you. If you would like to ask some questions from Astra side, please write them to the chat. Soon I will be able to take them and ask them. So, Astra, thank you for sharing this advice. And I would like to ask you my last question, which consists of 2 questions, by the way. The first one is, did you like math at school?
No,
okay.
I did it, but I didn't like it.
Okay, great. Then we have some contradiction with what Mehis told us before, but okay.
But I am in the different position.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But my last question is, are you happy right now with the job you have and with the transition, with the journey, what you have gone through?
Yeah, I'm very, very happy because of the diversity, because of the scale, like the company you just mentioned, Kühnenagel. Kühnenagel is logistics company, like one of the top one in global. We have like 78,000 workers. I don't know, over 100 countries. And I work in Kühnenagel IT Center, which is located in Tallinn. It's one of the, let's say, IT centers. They have also one in Portugal and one in Germany. We have over 500 people, so it's very diverse. We have like 40 different countries. Me coming from ministry where there was only Estonian, and now I don't know how to approach like persons. What do I say? Do I say hello, privet, hi, whatever, So it's really like, I really like the experience of experiencing different cultures that we have in workplace. My team is international. We have almost, let's say like 70% of communication done in English. So this is like the diversity part, but then from the other hand, it's very stable because we are already here in Tallinn for 10 years. We have a stable product that we develop and so on. So there's like both sides, diversity and then some stillness, let's say, which is important for me as a person. And then also we have a really great team, and I feel really valued here as a team member. So I'm really happy that I made the choice. It doesn't mean that in ministry I had everything bad. It wasn't that. It's just that if I compare them, then I'm really, really like grateful for myself for doing this, and then also life providing me this opportunity.
Great. Thank you, Astra. I personally think that you really made an amazing journey, and your journey is just in the beginning. You have much more to grow, to learn, and so on. Yeah,
exactly.
You're just in the beginning of the new journey now.
Yeah. I'm junior.
Yeah, exactly. So one question from the chat: what course exactly did you take from Cerebrum Hub? People are asking.
Well, it was the first, so it was this QA manual tester course. Yeah, and we had 3 projects. 3 projects, yeah.
Yes, yeah, the 4 months project, 4 months course, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Cool, great. And one additional question from my side. Can you give a short piece of advice for people who are already learning to become whatever software tester, developer, and they have their work, their children, and other things to do? How did you manage to find time, considering that you have 4 children? What was your success recipe?
It is time management. Plan your calendar. It will help you, and stick to it as much as you can. So definitely this works still for me, like doing my work also. I have to, there's no boss other than myself. So I plan my work in a way that it will be done.
Cool.
So the time management. And but you have to rest, so not to overwhelm yourself. But still, yeah.
Okay.
And then, of course, yeah, my family helped me during this time, giving me space to learn also.
There are also some nice questions in the chat. First of them is, what did Cerebrum Hub not prepared you for?
Well, let's say it's not that Cerebrum Hub, because the position I took is I'm business analyst. So it is, testing is part of it, but there's a lot of this project management side that I have like learned myself. So that part, but it's nothing about Cerebrum Hub because it's not actually part of this.
How you manage to fill those gaps in what's
in Güdenagel they want you to learn. So we have Udemy classes, and it's during work time that you can educate yourself in work related topics, of course. Yeah, so it's a huge help, and yeah.
And this is very important. I will add that many or majority of big companies, including VisorCAD, they provide many upskilling opportunities. It means additional courses, accesses to learning platforms like Udemy or Coursera, where you not only can, you need to continuously learn more and more and more, because that's the reality of the industry. Another question is, how much time did you spend every day on this course in average, what it was for you?
Probably they mean like Cerebrum Hub.
Yes.
For us, it was, I don't know how it is currently, but for us, there wasn't like much independent work at first. It was this workshops that we had to participate. And then during I think that it was the third actual third project that we had to find extra time. So yeah, I just planned or did during okay, yeah, because I didn't work 5 days in a row at that. During the traineeship, I had 4 days, so I had Fridays off. So I took the time where my kid took a nap, like one example. So that gave me, again, during daytime, like almost 2 or 3 hours if I got lucky. And then
so was it
weekends
like
also.
2-3 hours per day, what you were spending on learning?
No, I can say that weekly it was more like I tried to find like, let's say like 6-7 hours, but it was during weekly because the days weren't so, let's say like unified in that sense that, yeah, but still.
Yeah. Cool. Another question is shortly, what does a business analyst do, and how fast did you adjust to this new position?
Well, I started with this already during my internship, so I got used to it. So it is gathering requirements from our customers. Our customers are inner ones, so our client is Kühnenagel. So we gather requirements from different countries. Then I write tasks in a way that I could test them afterwards. Well, I have to talk with my team members, like developers, what is meant here. If they don't understand, I will go to the customer again in that sense. Then documentation, of course, like user guides. Then also still not only relying on the client side, we have to continuously improve our product. So I will look through it. Can I see some bugs? Whatever, why is this here? What does this do? Kind of things. Then customer support also, because we have so much so high usage. Then of course we don't have our own customer support person. They just write to us, and whoever from our analysts can answers them. And then as we are Scrum team, then we have those stand-ups every day. We have our planning meetings. We also fill up backlog, so the developers would have tasks. What else? Retrospectives, but not with every 2 weeks. We do it two times, I think, in a year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So if I understood correctly, then basically you do more communication and you help to translate to developers what needs to be done, and then you also test what was done, and then you also work with end users to help them to understand and support them and so on.
Yes, okay. And customers don't always know what they want.
Cool. Amazing. Thank you, Astra, for sharing all this valuable knowledge and experience of yours with me and with all the participants of this workshop. I believe this is really valuable insights for people who are just thinking about starting their journey, and it's important to see how it really possible and what you need to expect and what you need to be ready for. So thank you, Astra, for
can I just
today.
add that I can see that there are so many questions. So if there are some, you can find me in LinkedIn and connect, write to me and I can answer you if there is. And I just wanted also to give really a high five to Cerebrum Hub, because I wanted to say it. I was so glad that this course was 1 month ahead of my internship, because Cerebrum Hub really actually taught the tools that I actually started to use. So I didn't have this first awkwardness towards those. And if I had some questions, then I stupid ones that I didn't want my team members to know, then I turned to our mentors. So it was a huge support. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
So it's really I want to highlight that everything I learned from Cerebrum Hub, I could put into practice. It's just that I had to learn more.
Thank you, Astra. And this is true. That's what we consider as to be the most important, because experience shows that what really matters is your practical experience and your ability to do stuff, just to perform. Nobody is paying money for knowledge. Everybody is paying money for work, what is done, and done in a good way.
This is also something that I wanted to tell you, that my team lead said the same thing as Mehis said, that they are not hiring skills, they're hiring personality. So if they can see that you fit to the team, then you are a good fit.
Okay, great. Thank you, Astra.
Yeah, and thank you too for having me.
So let's summarize what we have learned today. So first of all, what's important for me, that both Mehis and Astra mentioned that everybody can work in IT. It is not so important what is your age or what is your previous experience. What is important is, do you understand yourself and why you want to be in IT? And do you have the correct mindset? So do you like the industry? Do you see yourself in this industry for a long-term perspective? And do you have this internal motivation to become part of this industry, to learn, to be motivated, have this internal curiosity and courage? So it is important to remember about that. And it is also important to remember that the majority of barriers, they're only in our heads. So in reality is often much easier than we tend to think it could be. And the better way to deal with that, with those barriers, is first of all to recognize those barriers and to understand that it is okay to have, like, everybody is having barriers. Like, that's okay. We are human. We are built in this way. Our mind is working in this way. It's okay to have them. But what is not okay is to tolerate. So just to sit and do nothing. To change something, we need to do something. We need to acquire this new experience and be open to this experience. So do not expect too much from this experience. Just be okay that to achieve something new, we need to do some steps. We need to learn. We need to try and believe that if I will try, if I will learn, then this is the mindset which will, in the end, bring me where I want to be. To have a better job, to have a better health, to be happier, and so on and so on. So what is important is not to wait, because the life is going and the world is changing and the economy is growing, companies are changing. We need to be aligned. We need to learn. We need to act, and we need to act today.